You're watching WCJB TV20 News at 11 with Paige Beck, David Snyder, meteorologist Bill Quinlan, and sports with Adam Solomon.
Welcome back. Whether you're looking for the perfect date spot or just want to try something new, finding a great restaurant isn't always easy. But one Gainesville man has made it his mission to find North Central Florida's best eateries and share them with fellow foodies.
TV20's Emily Burris sat down with the creator of one of the most well-known food blogs in Gainesville to talk about how his passion for food is gaining him a huge following.
Ken Pang is a fan of good food.
I never would have imagined when I started it that it would become this crazy thing that it has become.
What started as something to do in between jobs has grown into a popular blog, Instagram, and Facebook page with thousands of followers.
It's not like an executive chef. It's like if I went in and just, gave my opinion, honest opinion on a restaurant, that's how the blog was. It seemed very in touch with the public.
As the curator of Gainesville's Good, Bad, and Inedible, the reviews are not always kind, but when they're written, people take notice.
After Ken's post, considerably, everybody was ordering the kimchi Brussels. And I honestly think it's because of Ken's post. He has a very wide fan base, so if he's going to say, try this, people are going to come in and try it.
We get a lot of people in there every day that say they read about us on Ken's blog and wanted to try us because of that.
We wanted to find out more about the man behind the popular page, so we sat down for dinner at Crane Ramen, one of his favorite local spots.
How do I say it? Tonkatsu.
To talk about his love of food and inspiration for the blog.
I grew up around the food business when I was a kid, traveling all over the country, all over Asia, and it's just something I've always really been into.
Where did the idea for this blog come from?
I was in between jobs. I was bored out of my mind. And a friend of mine said, well, hey, why don't you start a food blog? Because, you're always really good at writing about food and you're a very judgmental person and you're hypercritical. And so I did it, and here we are.
You have been critical of some restaurants in town. What has been the response?
I've had restaurants come back and say, hey, I really appreciate that you wrote this. Come try us again. We've made a lot of improvements. And then on the flip side, I've had people that react not as nicely.
He says ultimately he appreciates the ability to give local shops a little spotlight.
There's a lot of really wonderful little mom and pop shops that are doing really wonderful things. And I think that the more people see that, the more likely they'll be, falling in love with Gainesville just like I did.
As for the blog gaining such a following,
every day I'm surprised by the fact that people actually care about what I have to say.
Even on our way out the door, he's stopped by one of his readers.
His recommendation was spot on. The food was amazing.
And it's enthusiasm from fellow foodies that's keeping him going.
But yeah, you gotta bring your voice back. Oh, I would definitely.
Emily Burris, TV20 News.
Ken recently started accepting advertisers on his blog, but says they can only be businesses he's already reviewed and endorsed.